Sometimes you need to sacrifice your own happiness and choose to do what is right because not everything that makes you happy is right. Good morning, my dear children. Hope all of you are fine. Now you are in 12th class and you are going to prepare yourself for the second official board examination of your life. Tensed? Don't worry, my dear children. Forget all that happened in 11th. Maybe course was tough, could not score well. Forget everything. Let us start a new journey, our 12th class. So I hope all are ready. In 12th class, mainly we are dealing with two types of electromagnetism. Number one, electrostatics, and number two, electrodynamics. Electrostatic deals with charges that are static. Static means still or not moving. And electrodynamics deals with electric charges in motion. Dynamics means motion. So, our first chapter is based on electrostatics. This session is purely basic. In today's class, let us revise and remember all the things that we have studied in our previous classes. We know there are two types of charges. One is positive and the other negative. SI unit of charge is coulomb and denoted by the letter Q. It is a scalar quantity and we know positive and positive repel, negative and negative repel, and positive and negative attract. Please do remember, if a charged body is taken to an uncharged body, then they will attract. Let us take an example. Take a plastic comb and rub it with your hair. Take that plastic comb towards bits of paper. What do you observe? Bits of paper is being attracted by the comb. Why do they attract? We have studied opposite charges attract. Here what are the two charges? We have charged the comb by rubbing. But what about bits of papers? Are they charged? No, they are not. Then how do they attract? Remember, if a charged body is taken to an uncharged body, they will attract. So, charged comb attracts uncharged bits of paper. Please note, attraction is not a surest test to identify a body is charged or not, because attraction takes place between a charged body and an uncharged body, and also between opposite charges. Then what is the surest test? Obviously repulsion, because repulsion occurs only between two similar charges. Repulsion never happens between a charged body and an uncharged body. Now, how does a body get charged? This theory is called as electron theory of electrification. This is based on electron model. We know every matter is made up of atoms, and we know atoms are made up of protons, neutrons and electrons. Protons and neutrons are located in the nucleus, and around the nucleus electrons revolve around in different orbits. We know the charge. Neutrons does not have any charge. It is neutral. Protons are positively charged. Electrons are negatively charged. And the number of protons is equal to number of electrons. That means if there are 5 protons, there will be 5 electrons too. So total charge will be equal to plus 5 minus 5 is equal to 0. So that's why we can call an atom as electrically neutral. And that's why there is no attraction and repulsion between ordinary bodies. Suppose we are having a body with 10 protons and 10 electrons. So plus 10 minus 10 is equal to 0. That means they are electrically neutral. We have already studied it. If somehow we extract an electron from this body, then there will be 10 protons and 9 electrons. So plus 10 minus 9 is equal to plus 1. Charge becomes positive. So positive charge means deficiency of electrons. Deficiency means loss of electrons. And if somehow we give electron to the body, then now there will be 10 protons and 11 electrons. So total charge on the body will be equal to plus 10 minus 11 is equal to minus 1. So body becomes negatively charged. So negative charge means excess of electrons. Excess means more number of electrons. Please note, for this electrification, only electrons are responsible and not protons, because it is not easy to remove a proton from the nucleus, as protons are heavier than the electrons. Now let us note down some of the important points from all that we have learned so far. Number 1. Repulsion is the real test to find whether body is charged or not. Number 2. Instrument used to test charge is called as electroscope. Number 3. If an atom loses electrons, it becomes positively charged, and if an atom gains electron, it becomes negatively charged. Number 4. Since electron has some mass, while losing or gaining electrons, mass of body also changes. That is, when body becomes positively charged, body loses electrons, so mass decreases. And when body becomes negatively charged, body gains electrons, and so mass increases. Now let us study about conductors and insulators. Electrically, most materials can classify into two categories. Number 1, conductors, and number 2, insulators. Conductors are those through which charges can easily flow. Please remember, in metals only negative charge, that is electrons, are free to move and not positive charges. And in electrolytes, both positive and negative charges move in the form of ions, that is as cations and anions. Those substances in which electric charges cannot move are called as insulators or dielectrics. Most important difference in conductors and insulators is that in conductors charges gets readily transferred over entire surface. But if charges are given to an insulator, it does not move but stays at the place where it is put on. We know the law of conservation. Charges also follow the law of conservation. According to the law of conservation, charges in an isolated system can neither be created nor be destroyed. It changes from one form to another form. What is an isolated system? System means group of charges, two or more number of charges. And isolated means separated from outside. For example, let us take three charged bodies in a container. Initially, first body has charge plus 3 coulomb. Second body has a charge of minus 2 coulomb. And third body has a charge of positive 4 coulomb. We take the system, this container, and shake it continuously and check the charge again. Suppose first body has charge. Now Q1 dash is equal to plus 5 coulomb. Second body has a charge. Now Q2 dash is equal to minus 4 coulomb. And the third body's charge, we have to find it out. So according to the conservation of charge, Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 is equal to Q1 dash plus Q2 dash plus Q3 dash. Substituting all these values, plus 3 minus 2 plus 4 is equal to plus 5 minus 4 plus Q3 dash. So Q3 dash is equal to plus 5 minus 1 is equal to plus 4 Coulomb. So I hope you have understood what conservation of charges means. Now let us study how to charge an uncharged body. Let us study three methods to charge an uncharged body. Number one, charging by conduction. Conduction means by direct method or by touching. For example, let us take a charged body and an uncharged body. And let the charged body be negatively charged. Negative means excess of electrons. And uncharged body means it has equal number of electrons and protons. That means they are electrically neutral. When both these bodies are touched or in contact with each other, some electrons from charged body moves to uncharged body because charged body has excess of electrons. And uncharged body becomes now negatively charged. Please note, in this process, charged body loses some electrons and charge gets reduced. An uncharged body gains electrons and becomes negatively charged. This method of charging is called as charging by conduction. Now, the second method is charging by induction. In this method, a charged body is kept nearby an uncharged body. Here there is no touch, there is no contact, just keeping it nearby the uncharged body. Let us take a negatively charged body and an uncharged body. Uncharged body has equal number of protons and equal number of electrons. So it is neutral. When negatively charged body is kept nearby an uncharged body, positive charges or protons get attracted by negative charges in the charged body and moves to the side where charged body is placed. And the negative charges repel and move far away from the charged body, as you can see in the diagram. This happens because opposite charges attract and similar charges repel. Keeping this system as it is, now connect the uncharged body with a conductor. Since positive charges of uncharged body is bound by strong attraction of negatively charged body, they stay there itself. And loosely bound negative charges come out through the conductor. And now in the uncharged body, only positive charges remain. So, body has now become positively charged. Please note, in this method, charged body does not lose any charge. An uncharged body gets oppositely charged. That means, if we keep a positively charged body nearby an uncharged body becomes negatively charged. And if we keep negatively charged body nearby an uncharged body becomes positively charged. Now third type of charging is charging by friction. This is possible for insulators. During the process of friction, what happens? Due to friction, some electrons get sufficient kinetic energy due to heat produced and comes out of the substance, and due to loss of electrons it becomes positively charged. This is what happens while rubbing comb with hair. Now finally, let us discuss the SI unit of charge. We know current is equal to rate of flow of charge. That means I is equal to Q divided by T, and Q is equal to I multiplied by T. And we know SI unit of current is ampere and SI unit of time is seconds. So Q is equal to ampere into second, which is called as Coulomb. So if a current of 1 ampere flows through a circuit for 1 second, then the charge flow through that conductor will be 1 Coulomb. So what is the definition of 1 coulomb? 1 coulomb is equal to 1 ampere into seconds. So if a current of 1 ampere flows through a circuit for 1 second, then the charge flows through that conductor will be 1 coulomb. And all must be knowing charge on 1 electron is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19 coulomb. So if 1 electron loses from a body loses 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. And if a body gains 1 electron, then body gains 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19 coulomb of electric charge. So this is the end of today's class, and in the next class let us discuss the properties of charges and other some important topics. Anger does not solve anything, it builds nothing, but it can destroy everything. With this thought, let me conclude. Thank you. Have a great day. May God bless you all.